On number 43, we have a piecewise function. So I'm going to actually graph both of those pieces separately. For f of x equals x minus 3, we can only use these x values. So we can't use 0. I'm actually going to go ahead and find out what the y value would be if I plugged in 0. So if I plug in 0, let me get that pen back, I would get negative 3. And I'm just going to put a little star by that because that's not actually included in this piece on the graph, but I will need to graph it with an open circle. And then we need some more x values greater than 0. So if I plug in a 1, I'd have negative 2. Plug in a 2, I'd have negative 1. You could do one more. Plug in a 3, you get 0. So that's going to give me, let's go ahead and graph that piece. Starting with 0, negative 3. Remember, that has to be an open circle because 0 is not included in the domain. The point 1, negative 2, 2, negative 1, and 3, 0. So there's that piece of the function. The second piece of the function is f of x equals negative 1 for all the x's less than or equal to 0. Now I could do a t-bar, it's not really necessary, but that means no matter what x I plug in, y is going to be negative 1. So if I plug in a 0, and 0 here is included in the domain of this piece, and then all the x is less than that, so negative 1, negative 2, the point 0, negative 1 would have a closed circle because 0 is included on that piece. Negative 1, negative 1, and you can see this horizontal line forming. No matter what x value, my y value is going to be negative 1. So that's how you would graph that piecewise function.